Hello. My name is Warren. I'm here from Air Guitar Limited. We are a company with 20 years experience in music and technology industries. And what we've created is a t-shirt, ordinary t-shirt that turns into an air guitar. And it's to drive merchandise sales for bands. So how does it work? Basically, you put the t-shirt on, no electronics involved in the t-shirt. You log onto our site and you launch the application. And your webcam recognizes the design of the t-shirt. And as you strum, it recognizes the motion and it cues up an instrument track and lets you simulate playing guitar. You can video yourself doing it, score yourself, and share it through all the normal kind of streams. We're really excited about this. And who it's for? The users. It's all about being part of the band, you know, when you're kind of drumming on your steering wheel or like strumming in the bath or like doing the windmill motion. And that's what we're all about for our user experience. And for our clients, it's all about getting to know their fans better. Normally when merchandise walks out of an arena, it's gone. But this way they get to talk to them again, a second conversation. We've got 3 key markets for our revenue stream. We've got artists, festivals, and record labels. And depending on the merchandising rights, we've got 2 monetization strategies. We've got the t-shirt, which is a license that costs $3 to $5 per shirt, depending on volume. And if you don't own the merch rights, we've got a download option, which is a more pay-per-click model. We've undergone market testing in the UK with a band called The Last Republic. We've had amazing press. Today has been going nuts. I've just had about 1,500 emails from national in the UK kind of newspapers, and they've actually seen a 300% merchandise sales rise from this in this kind of small test we've done. I'm really excited. I hope you are too. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Stay right here. All right, so now we're going to have 10 minutes of questions. David?
So, is it always the same exact t-shirt?
No, we've got flexibility in our design. Currently, we're kind of at what I would call a beta level, so the software we're using isn't sophisticated enough to recognize a wide range of things, hence the symbol that's in here, but the symbol can be manipulated, the t-shirt can be changed.
I see, but the music isn't based on the symbol. It's more like the stroboscopic effect of your hand going over that black and white image.
Yeah, it's a really simple technology.
Yeah.
It's all about the kind of user interaction, understanding the user. It's just an interruption, really. You see the symbol disappears, the webcam goes, oh, it's gone. If you got it in the right time frame, you get the right note. If not, you get a bum note and you don't get any points.
So how do bands who leverage this differentiate themselves? Do they put their band name on the top?
Yeah,
and say, take this home and you're going to get some experience with this?
Yeah, essentially, it's like the way it's worked best for us so far with the market testing is we've had a big live video wall going on and fans actually buying the t-shirt and playing, and it's going on as the band play. And it's a really cool thing when you see a fan who's had probably a couple of beers literally windmilling, not scoring any points, but windmilling behind their idols. It's really exciting.
So it's not just about taking the t-shirt home and having some experience in your house. It's about doing it at some kind of booth at a live event where there's an audience.
That's a good way we found to kind of promote it. In terms of it being used at home, yeah, you'd go home and you'd play it, you'd remember the experience. It's also, we see it as a kind of social currency as well, and like something you'd want to share with your friends. Hey, you've got a webcam, I've got this t-shirt on, do you want to play a bit of guitar? Right. And yeah, that's the kind of way we've seen it being used so far.
Got it, okay. Well, I think I've got my questions. I'll pass over to the judges here. Start with this lovely woman.
Natalia.
Natalia.
I guess I had one question was, how does the download model work? You had the t-shirt and then there was the download side. So say for a band that doesn't have their merch, how do they benefit?
Download model is essentially it's a printable version. You can just run it straight off your printer, and in terms of us monetizing that, it's just a cost per download, and then we've got a pay-per-use model, which is a tiny incremental amount that for every time the app is used, it just covers our server costs really. So For us, the download model is okay. It doesn't generate as much revenue for us as the t-shirts, but the benefit of the t-shirt to the artist or the record label is that they get to monetize the t-shirt. So they can either pass on the cost to their user if they want to, but as I said, in our market testing to date, we've seen that it actually helps drive sales up. So we believe that this is our main monetization stream. The only, like if you've got a record label with a 360 deal, that won't be a problem. If you've got a record label who haven't got the rights to merchandise, we can still talk to them. That's just us spreading not putting all our eggs in one basket.
What's the underlying technology? So it's like, so the core of the technology is the motion recognition software. Is that your own or something you've integrated?
No, everything's been done on a shoestring budget. So what you see today has been done for approximately $15,000. So like pittance. So we've used lots of open source. It was just about getting the idea out there. We're running on a Flash open source AR augmented reality kind of platform. In terms of future development, once we reach our kind of funding that we need to go that way, I would believe that we'd go for a more bespoke application. There's a couple we're looking at that are by a French company called Total Immersion, but my preference is that we go a bit more in-house on it. But that is stepping stones towards where we got proof of principle, proof of concept. We're having great feedback from it. The next step will be to make something a lot more bespoke, a lot more, and start plugging sections and modules into it.
Next.
How much of traffic so far have you seen being driven, for example, with the affiliation with the artist versus social media itself? I.e., is the band band awareness what's driving awareness of air guitar?
Yeah.
Or is it the drunken guy windmilling?
It's all about the band awareness. In terms of our marketing model, we are not primarily looking to get ourselves out there as the lead brand on this. It's kind of a co-branding exercise similar to Dolby Digital kind of. We just want to be that little symbol in the bottom corner that says, look, this is powered by this innovation. And in the future, as we develop the brand, once we get the finance, once we get a bit more recognition, I see it becoming more of a public-facing brand. But initially, to keep our kind of marketing budget tight, to keep our target market tight, we're talking to the guys who are organizing the tours, the guys who own the merchandising rights, the artists, the record labels. Their job is to promote it. Our revenue streams are kind of the upfront licensing fee, and then we support them through their rollout.
Do you see this rolling into other instruments like?
There you go. Yes. Yeah, I was hoping someone would ask that. Yeah, definitely. Because at the minute we're aiming for the kind of the guitar market. This is a joint venture between my company. We're a brand strategy agency or a design strategy agency. We do lots of different things with lots of different brands. And a lady called Jo Hunt, and she's got 20 years experience working with big guitar bands, which is why we went for this, because she's got the contacts in the industry. Obviously, we've got, once our technology is in place, once we've got that, our own tech or a more bespoke tech in place, putting something like a keyboard, a DJ like decks kind of thing, it widens a genre out and we can just go horizontal with it, as well as going vertical into kind of analytics and the add-ons we can offer to our clients in terms of model monetization for them and support for them.
So one more question. When did this become functional?
This has been running since about November last year. We did a really soft launch with The Last Republic in the UK. We haven't done a whole load of promotion. We've been trying to prove our concept, trying to get some figures back in, trying to get some solid numbers that we can say, this is good, this is bad, this is what we want to do with it.
So it's been deliberate that you've only had one artist to date?
Yeah, definitely.
Not that you've been trying to get more artists.
We haven't been trying to get any more artists. We wanted to run it through a course of how it would affect an artist over a 12-month cycle. Because obviously, if we're going for a tour, the tour might last for 12 months itself, and then we want to give 12 months of usage to each T-shirt at least.
So what's the early feedback? It's been out. You're in learning phase.
Well,
what have you learned since you're in this trial and error phase?
We've learned that putting a video wall at the gig is something that people love. We've learned that kids will spend hours trying to beat their scores. We've learned that my business partner is a mean man who beats children at this game and makes them feel terrible about themselves. We know that 3-to-1 ratio, so 3 plays on the air guitar buys 1 album on iTunes Store. We've been tracking email addresses. We know that we've boosted merchandise sales by 300%. I don't think that would happen for the kind of the Bon Jovis of this world, but if we can show an incremental increase in sales, we're trying to build our business plan to match these kind of these to make it more scalable.
So when you say increase by 300%, So the normal standard of what they're used to selling for merch after the show has gone up by 300%.
Yeah, it's been tied into the fact, and it's a little bit chicken and egg, because the band have started to play bigger venues and they're getting the roll on, but this has happened after the app has been added in. They got quite a lot.
So they had a hit single, and now you're attributing it all to your.
Essentially, yes. We'll take any kudos we can. No, it's kind of happened at the same time. So we definitely need a bit more market testing. We can start to validate these kind of numbers, but they're nice things to have as headline figures when it comes back anyway. And I look forward to proving them true, to be honest.
Let me ask you a question. This seems very faddish, right? Like we see these kinds of things come up that for 6 months, for a year. I mean, we were talking earlier, like Rock Band 3 years ago was huge and it was never going to end, and now it's not going to be around. So this seems to be like a low rent version of that, right? Where you can do it in public. So why in a year is this still going to be a business?
Definitely, there is a gimmick factor to it initially, but I think the fact that we're going for such a niche, we know our niche. We're going for this merchandise. We're driving merchandise. We're driving connections with fans. We're driving that experience that everybody liked about Guitar Hero. The fact that you get to play with your heroes. That's the thing that we're trying to propagate. That's the thing from Guitar Hero that we're keeping. Guitar Hero failed, if you believe the reporting on it, because they were overcharging.
Never believe reporters.
Yeah, never believe.
I guess conversely, one could argue that a fad's not such a bad thing. Pet rock was a fad. If everybody makes a lot of money and goes home in a year, it's over. Everybody made money. Is that your vision of this?
No.
Do you envision it being a long-term sustainable thing, or
our vision, or the vision that we're trying to deliver is, yes, initially we're looking at the gimmick factor as a big sales point for it. Yeah. However, within our IP, within our research, within the knowledge that we gain from driving these merchandise sales through technology, there will be other opportunities that come up, and I'm quite proud of myself in the fact that if the opportunity comes along, we will go for it, even if we've only got $15,000 in the bank. We will go for that idea, and we'll end up in Texas, in South by Southwest, pitching it against.
Are you looking at?
We have 15 seconds left.
Are you looking at other verticals after music? Once it's not cool anymore in music, what are you going to do?
Well, there's obviously other industries that we can take it and apply to, expand the genre. We can expand the functionality. Those are the kind of things, the normal kind of software models.
And with that, we are
I
out
want
of
one
time.
of those piano ties. Piano tie.
That's the next vertical.
I had an email this morning about they wanted a TV set they could check out the window.
Thank you very much. Nice job.
Thank you.